Remember the good old days how the NBA All-Star Weekend used to be entertaining? How come the NBA All-Star Game isn't what it used to be? If you love basketball or even if you're just a casual fan, stick around because we're breaking down 5 major reasons why this beloved event has been on the decline. And hey, make your next move your best move by clicking that subscribe button and that like button. Now, congratulations on making your best move. Now let's get to it. Let's start with the first reason, which is format fatigue. The NBA All-Star has undergone numerous format changes over the years. Remember the good old days, East versus West rivalry? That was classic. But in recent years, we've seen experiments like the fantasy draft and the other gimmicks that frankly have left many fans scratching their heads. It seems like every other year, they end up explaining something new to the fans during the All-Star draft, which leads to a lot of uncertainty from the fans. Don't get me wrong, I love changing things up, but it has gotten to a point where it's creating a lot of inconvenience for the fans. These changes were meant to spice things up, but they've often resulted in a lack of cohesion and a confusing experience. Many fans feel that instead of highlighting pure basketball talent, the game has devolved into an event filled with theatrics and loose structures. Does this resonate with you? Let me know in the comments if you miss the traditional rivalry format. Our second point is the inconsistency of the overall event format. It's not just the game itself. The entire All-Star Weekend has become a mixed bag. One year, you get a great slam dunk contest and a highly competitive three-point shootout. The next year, those events feel lackluster, with unclear rules and a sense that the NBA is more focused on the entertainment value than the basketball excellence. Not only that, but the participants are either not worthy to be in the contest, or the competitive aspect of things tend to drop due to the players just wanting to look cool in front of the cameras. It seems like the more effort they put in, the more their peers make fun of them inside closed doors for trying hard in the All-Star Weekend. Like, you don't want to be that guy that, tries too hard on the All-Star Weekend where it's supposed to be a break, not trying to get the MVP of the All-Star or even win a contest. This inconsistency not only affects the game, but also impacts the fan engagement across the weekend. The unpredictability might sound exciting, but it's actually leaving many longtime fans disappointed and wondering what happened to the quality they once adored. How do you feel about the changing format? Drop your opinions in the comments below. The third reason is the overemphasis on the entertainment over competition. While flashy dunks and high-flying passes are fun, the NBA All-Star Game seems to be drifting away from its competitive roots. In an effort to make the event more appealing to a broader audience, the focus has shifted from intense, high-stake basketball to creating a spectacle with showmanship and celebrity performances. Whatever happened to the East versus West format? That somewhat put a lot of pride to some players as which conference is better. We all know that the West has been more talent heavy compared to the East, and it shows on the standings every year. It's harder to make it in the playoffs in the West compared to the East. And that's just a fact. And because of that situation, there's a lot of Eastern players where they want to prove to themselves or to the whole NBA that we're not the weaker conference here. Many argue that this shift dilutes the true essence of the game. Basketball purists miss the competition spirit and the drive to win, while casual viewers are treated to a more Hollywood-style event. So is this allure of a big-name entertainment worth sacrificing the spirit of the competition? Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's get to our fourth reason, and that's the lack of meaningful stakes. Unlike the playoffs or even the regular season, the All-Star Game has always been more about celebration than competition. However, in the recent years, the lack of stakes has become more apparent. Without the pressure of winning or the promise of something significant on the line, players aren't pushing themselves to the limit. From what I remember in recent time when it comes to the All-Star game being more competitive is when they had a game-winning point. Everyone and their mama was on the edge of their seat for like the last 15 to 20 minutes of that game. I haven't seen an All-Star game that competitive since Dwayne Wade broke Kobe Bryant's nose. I don't remember which year exactly that was. If you remember the year, just comment that down below. Nowadays, the All-Star game feels more like an exhibition rather than a contest of skills and determination. While it's fun to see players goof off and showcase their talent, nowadays the All-Star game feels more like an exhibition rather than a contest of skills and determination. While it's fun to see players goof off and showcase their talent, the absence of real competition can leave fans feeling unsatisfied. Do you miss the intensity of more competitive games? Shoot, because I do. And if you feel the same way, press that like button for me. And finally, the fifth and last reason is the fan disconnect and changing priorities. Over the years, the NBA All-Star Weekend has shifted its focus based on marketing trends and a desire to capture a wider audience. While these changes can bring in new fans, they sometimes alienate the core audience that cherish the history and tradition of the event. For many longtime fans, the evolution of the All-Star game feels like straying too far from what made it special in the first place. This disconnect is compounded by social media and other modern communication channels, where fans can openly criticize the direction of the event. Don't get me wrong, when the NBA brought in the other celebrities such as streamers was a great move for them to attract the younger fans. What about you guys? What's your take? Do you feel like the All-Star game has lost its soul? I'd love to hear your experience in the comments. So there you have it, 5 reasons why the NBA All-Star isn't as good as it used to be. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit that like button, subscribe button for more content on the world of basketball. And don't forget to comment below with your thoughts. What changes would you like to see in the future? Let's get the conversation started, and we'll see you on the next video.